This is Robert Harper with Virginia Farm Bureau's Grain Division. Glad to bring you the Merchandiser Minute for Friday, July the 17th, 2020, with an exciting week this week in reference to export demand for U.S. wheat, U.S. corn, and U.S. soybeans. China really went on a buying extravaganza this week. It was interesting almost every day to see big flash sales announcements of what China was purchasing. They even made the largest single purchase of U.S. corn in history. If you do the math in metric tons, it should have been about 69 million bushels of corn in one purchase. So we really had that working into our favor this week from a futures price perspective. That export demand really helped keep the board up. At the same time, we know that we are in a pure weather market right now, and we got rain in the Corn Belt, and those events definitely helped keep prices down. So we were hung in the middle. Export demand holding the price up, and a great prospects for a large crop with continued rains keeping the price down. So an exciting week from that perspective, and just really want to drive home the point on how important it is that we have this demand coming from China, especially with that soft wheat purchase. Let's take a look at how the futures did. We had September corn close at $3.33 a bushel this week. That's down 4 cents on the week. So those managed money speculators added slightly to their short position. August beans up 11 cents for the week to close at $8.98. So again, the managed money speculator added to their long position. Corn added to the short, beans added to their long position. And remember, especially on beans, be thinking about new crop marketing and keep your eye on that November futures contract that is teetering within a nickel of $9 again. September wheat traded all week for even money to close at $5.34. Even though we had that amazing rally with soft wheat on Wednesday with the Chinese purchasing soft wheat, with dryness in Argentina limiting planted acres there, and also with some rumors as well as some facts about the U.S. soft wheat crop having some quality issues. Let's take a look at what the USDA says this week. And one of the things that stuck out Monday on the crop progress report, especially here for Virginia, we know how dry it is on all of you all out there. We're just hoping and praying for rain even this evening. A lot of good chances for this evening for many of you. But we saw a huge drop in the good to excellent ratings here in Virginia. Corn was rated this week at 44% good to excellent. That's a 23% downgrade from the previous week. And beans in Virginia are rated 65% good to excellent this week, and that's also a 23% downgrade from the previous week. So the numbers are reflecting what's going on the farm and the dryness that y'all are experiencing. U.S. numbers, however, still above average. U.S. corn 71% good to excellent, and coming in there right beside it, U.S. soybeans 71% rated good to excellent for this week. Export inspections. China was the #1 location that vessels were headed to this week that were getting, where grain and beans were getting inspected and loaded. Corn and bean, the inspection numbers came in for those two commodities as expected, and the information we have on wheat loadings, inspections came in above expectations. Again, China was the #1 destination. When we look at our weekly export sales report, we also see that China was the #1 buyer. Corn and beans came in as expected on weekly export sales, and wheat came in above expected. Some more of the eye catchers this week. It's so much flying around to keep up with, and a lot of y'all do a better job than I do at that, watching it. But a few things that I wanted to highlight. We did see news stories this week about more African swine fever cases in China. We know that's just a story that won't go away. We know demand is up over there. We know for many regions in that country and for the pork industry there, many folks say it's under control, but we still keep seeing these stories pop up about more ASF. We did see President Trump say on Tuesday on Air Force One that, I believe he was on Air Force One when he made these comments, that he's not pursuing a phase 2 trade deal right now. I think that's something we all kind of know and figured on, but it was interesting to hear him say that and just said he's not interested in pursuing that at this time. And at the same time he says that, we know China was buying in that extravaganza this week. We saw big soaking rains all week across Missouri, Kansas, Iowa, Illinois. Really amazing to watch. A couple of days this week, those systems on the radar map, and we're hoping for that here. In Virginia, we also got the weekly EIA report that for the 10th week in a row showed ethanol production up 1.9% for the week. I think we're at 90% grind right now, 90% of where we were before COVID. So just an amazing recovery to be thankful for, and how these ethanol plants have responded again to demand and are grinding corn and making ethanol. The stocks report came in even for the week, so no increase in stocks, so that's a good thing. If we take a minute, the Commitment of Traders report will be out here shortly if it's not out already for this week. But coming into this week, we still had a huge short position for the corn managed money speculator. We had a short position for the wheat speculator that some folks tell me they think they probably got out of this week with the board doing what it did, or got close to getting out of it with an even trade this week and some new money coming in on the long side. And then we saw this for this week on the beans with the managed money speculators and the Commitment of Traders report, a long position, 99,000 futures contracts, and we know with beans up 11 cents for the week that they added length, they added to that. So next week, y'all teach me this, and we know it. This is all about weather. The markets are going to trade the weather models. We're going to experience that volatility based on what the weather does. We're going to be watching for more flash sales announcements. We kind of got a taste of that this week, getting them almost every day. Keep your eye out for Monday's crop progress reports, export inspections, and Thursday's export sales. And really, y'all, this is a great time. Seen a lot of y'all get some old crop beans priced this week, clean up some of those old crop sales. And let's take a look next week at new crop beans as well, and even 2021 wheat. Give us a call if we can help you. This is Robert at Virginia Farm Bureau's Grain Division.